Hello, everyone. Anna Trajkova with the School of City and Regional Planning here. And I wanted to record a little video in anticipation of you joining us for the Gatherly networking session next week on Tuesday. So Gatherly, what I have gathered is a great tool that allows us to meet in a very informal way where you can go in a virtual space and wander around and sit and meet with whoever you want and talk for as little or as long as you want. It's almost as if you were virtually visiting our SCARP office suite. Now, if you've never been in such a virtual environment, it can be a little bit confusing. So I wanted to walk you through the map of our Gatherly meeting on Tuesday. So let me just share my screen with the map and we will get going. Okay, lovely. I think it's sharing. So when you enter the Gatherly space, you will essentially see this layout or map of a space. And you can see it has different areas and it has an elevator as well, because actually what you're seeing here is just half of the space. It's the lower floor of our 2-floor virtual space. And if you go in and you're a little bit confused, you can just take your virtual avatar and hop it over here at the info desk, where you will have Ms. Nada Azem and maybe Mr. Sei Yoshioka Cefalo, just help you the same way that if you were entering the lobby of an actual building and you were wondering where to go. So we have then these different spaces, and you do not need to go to the info desk if you don't need to. If you know which space you want to go to, you can just directly hop there and join the people who will already be there. So we have kind of formed thematic tables in this space. And the first one that you see here is the Geographic Information Science and Technology table. So that would be, the topic there is our MS in Geographic Information Science and Technology. And we also have a GIS certificate that you may be interested in. But this table is not just reserved for those of you who are interested particularly in the certificate or in the master's program. Dr. Cleo Andres, Professor Siva, as we call it, Professor Siva Kumar, and Han Huynh, who's one of our student ambassadors, whose major is Geographic Information Science and Technology, will be sitting there, and you can just, join them and ask any questions about GIS, including maybe if you're totally new to GIS and you want to find out more about it, you can join them. The other table that you see, it's the Master of City and Regional Planning table. That's what we've named it because Dr. Elliott, who is the program director, will be there, and he'll be joined also by Dr. Gregory Randolph, who teaches a couple of the required classes for the MCRP program. Dr. Randolph is also a good person to talk to if you're interested in the global development concentration or in the global development certificate, or if you are interested in the Masters of Global Development program as well. And Ethan Knight Scott and Scott Sager, two of our student ambassadors, will be at that table too. The other table that you see there is the global development table. So that one, if you have questions about the global development program, the global development certificate, or you're an MCRP student interested in the global development specialization, you would be able to talk to Dr. Bruce Tiftel, Dr. Alberto Fuentes, and Neve Odi, one of our student ambassadors. But it's not the only reason to go to that table. Dr. Fuentes, for example, right now teaches one of our international studios that graduating MCRP students are taking. So his studio is focused on Puerto Rico. So if you're interested to know more about the studio, for example, and just how studios work, he's a great person to talk to. The last table on this ground floor that you see is labeled MSUA, Master of Science in Urban Analytics. Dr. Guja Takurta, who is the program director, is the faculty that you can talk to there. And he's joined by two student ambassadors who are in the program, Helena Lindsay and Yushan Zhao. Now, Helena and Yushan actually are, in a way, dual degree students. Helena also did the GIS program before, and Yushan is already a graduate of our MCRP program. Dr. Guja Takurta, in addition to directing the Urban Analytics program, is the director of the one of our research centers, the CSPAV Center for, I always forget it. When I have to say it, I always forget it, for spatial analytics, visualization, and something else. So that takes care of who is on the first floor. Now, if you take your avatar here to that elevator section, you can go to the second floor. And on the second floor is where I will be sitting at a table, the one labeled academic advising. So, if you want to check with me, any questions, I will be there. There are 3 more tables, and thematically, the way we've split them is the table at the top is the faculty and students who are related to the economic development, housing, and community development specialization of the MCRP program. And they'll be joined by David Lawson and Sumya Gupta. Then environment, climate change, and urban design table, Dr. Brian Stone and Dr. Perry Yang will be at this table together with Hina Ahmed, who's actually a PhD student in our program. She's very involved with urban design. Now, if you're interested in talking to Dr. Stone and Dr. Yang, I want to point out that Dr. Stone will be joining the table a little bit later. He will not be there at 3 o'clock because he has a class until 3:15. So you can expect for him to be there around 3:30. And Dr. Yang is currently in Tokyo as he is the faculty who leads the other international studio that we have. So, when you're traveling internationally, it's not always guaranteed that you can be connected online at a certain time. So again, Dr. Yang might be joining a little bit later. And then the third table that's specializations focused is transportation and land use. Dr. Busha Kar, our chair, is also transportation faculty, so that's where you can find her. And you can also find Dr. Bill Drummond there. So Dr. Drummond, in addition to being very like his work related to land use, he used to be the GIS program director, and you can talk to him about GIS. So again, the thing that I want to emphasize is each of these spaces, we kind of have divided them by these topics, but knowing who is sitting at the table, your topic of discussion will be whatever you bring there. And you can also just join a table and kind of, listen to the conversation just the way you would if you are at a cocktail party. So this is what I wanted to share with you. So, you're not confused when you see these maps. And I just want to say that we look forward to meeting you there. So at the Gatherly, we don't have all of our full-time faculty, as some of them have courses at that time, but I would say we have the majority of our full-time faculty. We also have a lot of part-time faculty who work in industry, and they cannot join us for this event, but you can find out more about them from our website if you're exploring the people section there. Well, with this, I look forward to meeting you on Tuesday. Bye for now. And let me stop.